Welcome back everybody, friends and colleagues. In this video we're going to be looking at the Game Boy Showdown 2025 results. My name's Robert and normally I make Game Boy games, but I wasn't able to participate in this game jam. But it wasn't quite a game jam, it was a art animation jam. So the idea was that you made an animation, you made some music or whatever, and it played itself. And so it wasn't quite a game. But what that meant is we have some very interesting artistic takes on that idea and showing off what GB Studio can do beyond games. So let's jump straight in. Number 10. One of the rules of this, they will have to be a minute long maximum. So let's have a looky-see. Check it out. So that was quite good. That was very simple and effective. Cute little story about somebody throwing a paper plane with a love message in. That's kind of nice. And I liked the simple use of color. So let's keep going. Let's keep looking at what else there is. That was very nice. It came 10th. But let's check out number 9. This one's called City Beat. That was really good, and I think mainly because it portrayed the idea of a game so well. The fighting animation, like the introduction of the characters in the comic strip things. Obviously, we saw the jankiness, which is kind of hard to overcome on GB Studio sometimes. I'm talking about right here. You know, we see the glitching, but that's fine. And it was part of a game jam, right? And if we were to spend longer on it, maybe we'd overcome that. But yeah, this fighting scene, absolutely beautiful. This is like how you would, as an animator or a designer, might portray to the without having to make a full game, what the gameplay should look like, right? So this is absolutely beautiful. The music was great, and yeah, fantastic entry. Let's go on number 8, The Clock and the Night. Well, this was another good one. I like the fact that it's in black and white. When you don't have much time, for example, in this jam, cutting corners in smart ways, for example, making sure you aren't going overboard with adding too much color, will help you. And in this case, it actually fit the theme of, like, you see there's written tearing the fabric of reality, and it's in an old antique shop, right? So black and white makes sense. And I love this scene here with him climbing the rope. There was some really smart use of animation mixed with camera panning in this. I thought it was great. Really well done. So moving on, we've got Lunacab GB animation at number 7. This was amazing. This is clearly like a really powerful, strong intro to a game called Lunacab, right? It's setting it up perfectly with this action and intrigue. Who are these characters? Why is the world the way it is? Why are they being bullied? The use of text on screen was fantastic. The way the characters have emotion in their faces. The reveal of the cab, and using color switching to, you know, display the flashing lights of the police, using animation, color switching animation instead of what you might expect. Brilliant and fantastic use. Great mix of sprites and background moving. As you see here, this is camera panning mixed with a sprite. But yeah, absolutely beautiful, absolutely fantastic. Well-deserved high position on this list. The next one's called Let's Go, ranked number 6. Brilliant. The art style is fantastic. I like it when people don't just stick to the basic art style like I stick to, with like Pokemon and Zelda, having very simple pixel outlines. I like that it's got fixed strokes of outline, more like brushes, and the use of parallax here, like just here, look at that. Beautiful. The sprites, the animation, really smart use of the Game Boy. And the fact it's in black and white means it is playable on the original Game Boy, like the description says. The nice use of text. Yeah, the parallax here was fantastic. This is a lovely little intro to a game. I'm not sure I really know what the game is. I guess it would be a platformer. Maybe I'm wrong there. But yeah, it was fantastic. I loved the black and white. I loved the animation. I loved the parallax. Moving on to number 5, the one where the dog has 3D glasses. I'm sure this will be fantastic. Unfortunately, I don't have any 3D glasses to see this with, but simply the smoothness of the animations is absolutely impressive. This scene here with the things, it feels like something that would happen on a Game Boy Advance, not on a Game Boy, right? And then the transparency that's created through the glasses here, brilliant. Obviously, I would probably imagine it's done with sprites with a matching color palette that changes away from the color you imagine, or that is underneath it, And then this scene here, the fact there is no, there's no glitching like we saw in that other one, implies that they have mastered this. They know exactly what they're doing. It's very impressive. And I wish I could, see what it was supposed to look like in 3D. Beautiful. That is a really impressive, display of your animation skills. Fantastic. Well done. So moving on, we got number 4, Duel at the Bridge. Well, that was extremely impressive. Let's see if we can watch it again while I'm talking. Basically, look at this, how the leaves are rustling. And this effect of like the something's like moving throughout. Every scene seems to have something like that. The use of sprites going across, beautiful. This animation was really, high quality. Again, here's with the trees and the leaves going by. And then I want to talk about this effect that they've got going here. Is that background tile switching, or is that, sprites? It's quite amazing. And then this is a very long scene with a fight playing out. And it looks very smooth, some of the jumps, right? So I wonder if it's, programmed each position, or if it is somehow using a different technique. But it's quite impressive. And some of the hits line up with the music, which is really fun and really cool, which I can only imagine took a lot of trial and error. So very impressive and very cool. Cool ending. Really good work. Really good work. I wish I was able to take part and experiment with some of these techniques, because this is fantastic. So let's keep moving on. Cosmo Command intro sequence, which I imagine would be for a game called Cosmo Command. May or may not exist as a real game. Let's check it out. Well, the color palette and the art style is definitely very impressive. I like the the hand animations. That's always hard. They've really captured the feeling of what a game would be. I imagine this would be like that Firefox game. What's that called? What's that game? Star Command? No, I don't know what the game's called. But this is definitely trying to give you the idea, right? It's giving you a character. It's giving you a location, a color palette, a feeling. So yeah, beautiful. Look at that logo design, the animation of the world moving at the bottom. That's impressive. I actually wonder how they did that. How they're doing that. Maybe it's with a sprite. I don't think it can be a sprite. Background switching. Who knows? Very interesting, very impressive work. And let's move on to TurboChase Cutscene. And I think I've already seen this one. And let's show you. And this one is definitely deserving of its spot. The way the music interacts with the animation is beautiful. How this is like choreographed. I do think that this scene bit lingers a bit long, but it's kind of like telling a story, right? Where it's all fine in the beginning, and then it goes down, right? So even my feeling probably can be justified by the fact it's trying to tell a story, and the story is simple, action focused, but it's beautiful. The animation here is amazing. The movement of the dials and the switches and everything, the gamified aspects like the text on screen, and I love that bit as well where the little bird has like the exclamation marks. Beautiful, really good, and you can imagine it being the intro to a game where you're running away from the police. So again, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So we only have one left, and I'm not sure I've seen this one yet. So let's look at it together. It's called SM8300. So let's get started. Actually, first of all, I want to talk about the fact that on this one they included a full screen button. I appreciate that, and they've also themed the page. That is also, it helps it bring up the quality, right? So just keep that in mind if you're wanting to do the same, for example. So let's check out this one. Well, that was very impressive. I feel as though it was made in GBVM or GBDK. Let's see what it says. Yeah, the way that there's text scrolling over the background, I don't think you can do this in GB Studio, like with the built-in feature events. So, yeah, this was really impressive. Let's see if it would say anything. So this is beyond my knowledge. This is very well deserved first place, right? Made using RGBDS, a free assembly linker package for the Game Boy. Wow. Okay. So this person is deep into the programming, into the Game Boy development rabbit hole, and has paid off beautifully. Let's restart it and have a talk about it while we watch it. First of all, the amount of effort and detail in this scene here, I think it literally is impossible in GB Studio. The color, beautiful. But the amount of, unique tiles. And this, the screen thing going up, that's really impressive. This, every scene, it's like such a short scene, but it's so high quality. It's impressive. It's very impressive, incredible. This bouncing Game Boys, I love it. This thing, I think that must have been done with like code, right? While in GB Studio, it'd be much harder to do. So yeah. And then obviously this part was probably made in Blender and then broken up into frames and exported and put in, but that's fine. It's just impressive. I love it. My one gripe is that the M in SM 8300 is a bit unreadable at that one point, but that's nothing, right? This is beautiful. Well done, WitchBiz and Coffee Valenbat, or whoever made this, right? Absolutely beautiful. Go check this out. Let's quickly go and see what else they've made. They are a game developer, not just an amazing animator. So yeah, beautiful, absolutely wonderful. And let me know if you managed to submit anything to the Game Boy Showdown 2025, and I'll go and play yours and have a look at it. There was only 40 entries, 39, 40 if I'd done one, but I didn't have time, unfortunately. But this is quite impressive stuff, and I hope it inspired you and made you think about how you could display stuff in GB Studio. I think the one that's kind of stuck with me is the night one, the clock on the night. The way he climbs the rope, it's like such a simple but effective thing. Yeah, loved it. Absolutely beautiful. And I haven't even seen them all yet, so when I finish recording this, I might go play the others. And hope you have a lovely day. Thank you to my patrons. I'll put them up on the screen right now. Remember to like the video if you like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you want to see next in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.